This is called Ship of Fools. With Trump at the helm, there'll be no rule of law. Like Jinping and Putin, he'll decide what it's for. The division of powers keeps dictators at bay, but Trump is determined to sweep it away. Executive orders, a supreme pliant court. Whatever he does, he will get their support. Democracy's pillars will be all shoved aside. All opposition is now nullified. And let those most take care who've become sissified. He will seek to appoint a pliant AG. Speculation is rife who his victims will be. Once that vassal's in place and he's set out his stall, who annoyed you the most and who's for the fall? Enguerrand and Merchan, are they top of your list? Told it's time to retire or you'll be dismissed. And what about Kelly, Smith Pence and Ty Cobb? Who will get rid of them? Who'll be given that job? Will you utter the words at some Trump love-in feast? Will no one rid me of this turbulent priest? An incel chat rumor who lives just online takes that as his cue from his truth social shrine. DT loves us all, so I'll do the deed. Undimmed virtual fame, if I should succeed. Let's say Pence is found badly hurt on a track. Trump says, "Oh no, an egregious attack. My new FBI, I bet they'll have a hunch. Ask their boss, MTG. By the way, what's for lunch?" And in private he'll say, "Can they tie it to me? Not in your USA, with a pliant AG." And then it will spread from city to town. We can't have you dissenting. It's dragging us down. But in Trump's brave new world, it won't finish there. Each town has dissenters, but I now declare all public statements must be vetted first. You could truthen the people with such an outburst. You've been heard what appears to be voicing dissent. Surely that's not what you really meant. Perhaps it was actually just discontent. That's why we now think that you will consent to say loudly in public that you wish to repent. And your citizenry, that must be addressed. Your support for St. Donald, we'd like it expressed. We don't want you to think that you're being oppressed. And oh, by the way, there's a new whiteness test. With some re-education, you'll see things straight. You don't want to be dubbed a lefty ingrate. You'll be helped then to reach a conclusion that's just. For yourself and your family and your life, it's a must. Your views and our own, it's right that they chime. Your views and our own will converge in good time. You must see the sense in the Trump paradigm. He was chosen by God. Isn't that just sublime? If you don't think like us, that's a thought crime. A new federal body will ensure you conform. We can all then enjoy freedom's new norm. Such a body, you'd think, would just be obscene. Who'd consent to be head of that state-backed machine? Look, a hand's in the air. It's Marge Taylor Greene. If Trump wins in November and you reach 28, for those not in jail, there'll be one more dictate. My great leader's term, it must be extended. There are liberties still that must be amended. I'm your light and the way, but I need a rerun. After all, it's important that my work's not undone. With a dynastic line, we won't be overrun. And what better way than to opt for my son? Such a nation, of course, did once exist, and not that far back in history's mist. There is North Korea, China's marionette, whom Trump tried to woo. What's it like in Tibet? Kim Jong-un's a dictator, a concessionaire, and they seemed to fall out. Was it over their hair? No, this buffer for Russia was founded on lies, a society filled with informers and spies. Check your history books for the GDR's death. 1990's the year it took its last breath. For 28 years it had put up a wall. Hundreds died trying to cross, but Trump won't recall. This can't happen now in a free USA. A powerful tool keeps Trump at bay. The vote you've been given, don't throw it away. Don't be tempted to think, no one cares what I say. No one listens to us, so why should I vote? When we raise our concerns, nobody takes note. They are listening now, I promise you that. America's soul is the prize for a cruel autocrat. And the USA's future, those are the stakes. Consign Trump to history, or democracy breaks. His project for freedom is there on display. Hundreds of pages on all he'll betray. A challenge to this ends in only one place. 6 judicial Judases in his orange embrace. 30 pieces of silver was Judas's fee. Halo Harlan's paid more, but it's all just for free. Trump seeks to accrue all the power he can. Anyone who resists is not part of his plan. If you don't agree, you're traduced and maligned, or told that it's best if you just resigned. State Department officials are top of his list. You can have your jobs back once you've been dismissed. And for serving your country in good times and bad, you're no longer needed. Does that make you feel sad? We've read through your file, but alas, we decline. Our Trumpian trainers say you don't toe the line. Schedule F must be challenged and the trend must be bucked. But they want you to know the F stands for screwed. The education department will go to the wall, while that nice Kevin Roberts directs its downfall. You'll see his book burnings from the reaches of space, a bonfire of the vanities for the free human race. Passing aliens will say, we're not going to that place. Captain Trump is on deck. on the new ship of fools, where you gut all the safeguards and break all the rules. There'll be no need for Congress or the Senate at all, just like Putin's Duma, but it's no curtain call. If you do want to vote, then do as you're told, and to soften the blow, please take this gold. No unanimous voting, that's just too cliché. Taylor Green will pop in just to shout nay. You have one last request before freedom is shot. All hail megalomaniacs, Orange Camelot. The spine of democracy broken in two, snapped like a twig where nothing's taboo. You looking at me? He tells you the truth, and it is no less strong for the absence of youth. Don't leave his message to wither and die. His warnings should pierce your heart and mind's eye. Speak truth to power or perish in flames, bamboozled by Trump and his outlandish claims. Those who influence others from highest to low, will they speak out with pride or pass by on tiptoe? If I speak out and he wins, will he come after me? You could buy Mammon's Bible, that's still only 60. When Trump speaks of love, it's ersatz and fake. He's in love with himself on the make and the take. MAGA boys cohorts, fake news and concern, while his ticket to the White House won't be stamped day return. His MAGA train junctions are marked clear as day. Train Trump stops at perfidy, perdition, derision, and abyss USA. So democracy's Antichrist paces outside. But don't be afraid. There's no need to hide. The solution, of course, stares you straight in the face. The of, by, and for can still win this race. The dustbin of history creaks open for him, though his lying has filled it almost to the brim. As the GOP cringes, there is one upside. If Trump fails them again, there'll be no place to hide. Their tongues must be raw from licking his shoes, but his end will be quick if he dares to lose. Project 26, small print, can now be revealed. We'll amend the 13th, best tweaked or repealed. We think free at last needs a product recall. Civil rights means politeness, not some freedom catch-all. And when Trump is inaugurated, there won't be a snag. Any Democrats there must wave the white flag. No upside-down gestures, that's Alito's trick. His support for democracy, just a gold brick. Should Trump win, you'll be told he's changing his name. It must be imposing, less wreathed in shame. Donald Putin is taken, so is Donald Jinping. And I'm King Jong Trump doesn't have the right ring. But I have found what's fitting, just so you know. Genuflect when you meet President Crow.